Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. The title, Weird. Weird describes me and hopefully the people that I pull in. Not the kind of weird that Mr. Walls likes to use in lieu of actually calling something like what it is, fascism, okay? This is not the fascist weird. We don't do that shit here. Okay? Okay. Weird as in, weird is a byproduct of awesome. You can't be awesome and not be weird. You can't be weird and not be awesome, okay? So you got some neurospiciness, some differentials about you that make you the eccentric, the standout, the stepping outside of the box. That's who the fuck we talking about, okay? The ones who wave their weird flag high for others to see. That's who we pulling in with this one. That's who would be a match for me. Okay, that's what I'm talking about when we talk about weird. Because the number of times I've been called weird, in the way that I just behave and present when I'm completely just me. So weird. And a bit woo-woo. So we get a little woo-woo up in here, okay? It's all in the title. All right. We do like to demystify a lot of things. So you'll notice that I have a lot of like tarot demystified where I do live readings. My job isn't to make something so woo-woo that it's out of this world and not digestible, understandable, and applicable to your current existence. Sometimes things sound too soap opera-ish. And so I always like that's where the demystification comes from. It's like, what does that even fucking mean? And how does it even apply to my life? That's what we do up in here. I am being called, and I actually feel good about getting back on and doing some of my face readings and lives. I am still trying to figure out one little hitch. So if you've got an idea, the camera that I generally use, it won't work now. I can't hit record or anything else like that because the software that lets me do it is no longer compatible with Windows 11. And I don't know if I can change what it would mess up if I went back to Windows 10. And I don't understand a company that honestly is like, hey, we still sell this out in the market, but we're not going to give you anything that's compatible with Windows because everybody wants to fight with Windows right now, Microsoft, about shit. And nobody wants to pay. Like, I don't know. But hey, if you got a suggestion, definitely put it in the comments because what the fuck? I hate using the phone, even though I'm doing it right now. I cannot stand the phone. The level of it takes 10 fucking years for the phone to do anything. When you edit, when you upload, I cannot stand it. Why people, I get it if it's like those small tiny videos for social media, but I cannot stand it. Let me tell you. Yeah, and I'm also not somebody who's like, let me get 20 million softwares to do shit. Anywho, if you've got suggestions, by all means, I am actively working on trying to figure that one out because I am being pushed to bring it, to get back to the face-to-face. So, working on that. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. I wasn't really sure where Spirit wanted to go. They were like midweek check-in. I'm like, I don't fucking do that. What are you talking about? It's usually coffee and tarot. I've already had my coffee. I have made a lot of changes to get myself back in alignment with my diet and things like that. People know that I have been struggling with candida overgrowth, mold toxicity, things like that. Things are on the up, but I have to stay vigilant during this process. And so me pulling in a bunch of too much coffee is not good when you're doing that. So, and they just threw out midweek check-in, which I think has something to do with a bit of the energy. There's a check-in vibe to it. There is something about the present moment, but it doesn't feel like it's a pinpoint moment. It doesn't necessarily feel like a pinpoint event, at least not right now. It's just energetically like, let's look at things right now. and how that's going to play into at things that are going to be unfolding. Again, that's the way it feels, but they're giving me more energy than anything else. And so I was like, okay. So we're going to call it a midweek check-in, because when I'm doing this, it's a Wednesday. You could also just consider it a general read. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. Before we completely dive in, let me remind you, you are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So my recommendation to you is not to Cinderella shit to make it fit, okay? Yay. We have the Starman Tarot. We're going to get started from there. Pardon me. Ignore how I do things, guys. Of course, shit goes flying to the ground. Okay. Oh, well. Ooh. You know what? At first I was like, and then it's like, oh. Okay, guys. So we got the Tower. We all know it doesn't mean anything necessarily negative, but it does mean sudden. It can be, I heard a calamity. It can be a lot. Like there's something major, fated, important, pivotal, monumental maybe, that happens, and we just added on the Eight of Wands. So there's a shocking value to this, a shock value to it, or they're showing me a dam breaking. The Tower moment is something like a blockade, like a dam, like something that has kept something back, breaking, and then the rush of water. So something breaks, like the Tower comes crumbling down. It's not a bad thing, but man, when shit picks up and takes off, it is almost like there is something slightly anxiety ridden about that, because when a dam breaks and the flood waters just come in, it's a lot to consume. It's a lot to take on when there was nothing and all of a sudden it's like everything or a lot. It comes at you very quickly. And so it's a very stark shift. Again, not negative, but when your system has been operating one way, under one speed, under you know, the dam usually has those little ports that it opens up and it controls the flow. This does not feel like it's a controlled flow. Meaning that, and I don't think someone has had the experience of the ports being open, like, so it's such a stark contrast. The energy change and the pace is going to be very different. Almost like they're giving me like a cold plunge, like when you have to take a moment to adjust, but it's a shock to the system almost, but it's not necessarily in a bad way. But the shock pulls all your attention into that one fucking, like, what's happening right then and there. So, like, you know, like those ice baths and, like, somebody, a cold plunge, like somebody gets into the ice bath and it's like, and so you focus on that and that only, and adjusting, like your whole system begins to focus on just adjusting to that, rather than anything else. And it doesn't, I mean, you end up adjusting, right? Like there's an adjust you do, but even, I feel like, good Lord, now just what they're doing is, it's really fast. The adjustment period is going to be very fast too. Like you're going to adjust to this a lot quicker than one would anticipate, to the point where eventually things become, this flow becomes normal. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. They want me to put it under here. Judgment and the Hierophant. Jeez, God. We have... Are you shitting me? Of the 4 cards, we've got 3 major arcana and the one fucking card that is the fastest moving tarot card in the deck. And I'll debate any motherfucker, okay? On what card that is. It is always, 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 forever and more for me going to be the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is spirit-led. Can't nothing move faster than spirit. And so, yeah. I'm not going to go, I have a million times explained why it's not the Chariot, why it's not the Knight of Swords, why it's not even though this is the second fastest, the Knight of Wands. Wands will always be faster than swords. Always. And the minor arcana gives you the details. So if you're talking about speed, you're going to look to the minor arcana because that's a detail. We'll get into that later, or you can go watch some of my old videos. So we have a Tower, a Judgment card, and a Hierophant. This is stepping into something like more destined within your life. Again, Tower is always fated. It's an event that occurs whether you like it or not. It is in the works already. You do not have control over this. You may have had control over the prospects of a Tower moment long time ago when the foundation of something was being set as to whether or not this would happen or occur, but it's something fated. It's something meant to happen. It is spirit-led, okay? I feel as if you have... There's a sense of you're being called to do something, you feel pulled to something, and you answer that call. And it's kind of like an irrevocable yes. Like once you agree, you may have been able to waffle before, but in this moment, it's like if you say yes now, there's no turning back. This thing happens. I heard final countdown. You know, it's kind of like you may have been hearing a call or feeling pulled to something for quite some time, but it's like the time is now. It's funny because I was like, I think that's the reason why I was like a midweek check-in where I was like, it's something about right now, but it's not just right now. It's not just a pinpoint event. I think that it's I'll call it a happening that leads to long-term flow in a particular direction. Because it doesn't even feel right to call it a series of events. Events can feel staccato. You know what I mean? This is like an endless flow, a constant flow. They're giving me the stream or the river again with the dam no longer being in place and it being broken. The river will have a constant flow of water into it. There is no more of it going dry. And the Hierophant is stepping into something in your reality. So it's moving beyond the High Priestess, the spiritual development, the idea, the creation, the notion, the calling into reality. This is something setting up within your reality, like your whole life being structured around this. It's now being reflected in your external world and the way in which you are building your world. So that, because you're going from the feminine to the masculine version of this spiritual, either understanding, calling, pull, whatever it is, it's like, it's no longer something that's in the field of possibilities. It begins to manifest in your 3D reality. They said put it at, yes, sir. Okay, where we going with this? I feel something in this hand, but that one is calling. Give me just a second. I don't know if your right hand matters. Because it's not even a card. It's like the right side of this table. My right hand is pulsating. Is giving something you're meant to put out. Like, it's like this very well may be something that flows through you out into the world. If it's something that you feel called to do, if it's something that you feel, whatever has stopped you from being able to put something out into the world. So maybe a lot of you've received a lot of ideas, potentialities, downloads, understandings, whatever it is now being, it's no longer just a potentiality. It is being put out into the world. But you may be the point of flow. I did a reading and I uploaded it today. I did it last week. It was called The Access Point. This may be and in that one, it was like a person that's the access point to something. You may be the access point for other people. But right hand for me is definitely about that which flows out of me into the world. The giving part, not the receiving. Okay, so let's now pull the Secret Tarot and see what's up. Can you tell me a little bit about the dam that's going to break, the Tower moment? There's some kind of dam that breaks. I see something that flipped. And me trying to... It didn't flip, bitch. That's from a whole... What the fuck? Death. Well, that would... Yeah. It does go with a dam breaking. Okay. Tell me about the Tower, please. Oh, that feels yummy. I thought it was one fucking card. It's a whole bunch. Okay, the Sun. 9 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Give me a moment. This feels... The dam may have been built to protect either like an aspect of yourself. For some, I'm actually feeling children, like actual children. Like I put up this protective barrier that stopped things from coming into reality because of like feeling like a need to somebody might have created a life in such a way that it acted as a blockade to certain things happening and moving forward. And life was set up in such a way to protect someone's children. Like, I've made these choices and decisions that act as a barrier to me making my dreams come true, making them a reality, because I was trying to secure or protect something with my child or something within yourself. So some people may have made decisions to protect their inner child, and that's where that barrier came from. And some people, this is a legitimate, I can think of parents all the time where they don't attempt or test the waters to go or do chase their dreams because for fear of retaliation from the other parent, or because there is no other safe and secure adult to help care for a child. Or, you know, I can think of scenarios where that would play out. I do get a sense of safety with the Six of Cups. Like, it's safe. The Two of Swords tell me with the Six of Cups that that was the stalemate. There was some kind of protection upheld. This is the liminal space where I can't move forward, you know, because sometimes a decision, there is no good decision. Like, there may be two truths, this and this, but the answer is somewhere in the middle. So somebody may have said, I'm hearing, I can't do X, Y, and Z because I would have to leave my child behind. There's definitely a parent thing coming through here. Or I can't do X, Y, and Z because I promised myself I wouldn't put myself in that kind of position again. So that's protecting the inner child. It feels like there's either a decision, which goes with the Judgment, is being made. Obviously it is. So you may have been, this call has been on your heart or has been a part of you for quite some time. And it's like, there's something about when that dam breaks, either the concerns that caused you to put that dam there to begin with are eradicated, or just overcome in some capacity. And that's why it's no longer needed and that dam can break. And it's almost as if it's like, as soon as you make this decision, so much moves forward so fast. Once you make this decision, once you say yes fully, and I'm going to say, whatever it is a wish fulfillment. It will make you exceptionally happy. And the fact that the Sun card is also considered the child card, like, it is safe. It is safe. It's clear. You can move forward. You can pursue this, and you will be victorious. That there is something very Leo. Like, I want to say, there's a sense of courage with this. But it just feels like the path is lit. Everything is set. All things that need to be handled will be handled. The path is clear. It will be victorious. It's a go. It's like a big fat fucking green light for your wish. So the Tower moment is the green light for your wish. We're going to write this shit down. The Tower moment is the green light, for your wish. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Safe to choose. I'll put all this in the description. It's going to be safe to choose. All right, we're going to leave that. Put that right there, actually. Okay. So, on the split. Holy shit! Are you kidding me? This Tower moment lets you choose, lets you go, lets you move forward. And it couldn't fucking chariot a level of success. It couldn't come at a better time. I feel like there's something about the clock ticking down. There's nothing to stop you now as a thing. When that Tower happens, nothing to fucking stop you now. You may have tried to figure out a way. And here's the thing. I get the sense you've tried to do this before. You've tried to make a way. However, the dam very well may be. Now they're showing me the dam being something external to you, not just you. And like you trying to make this wish happen with the little measly stream of what flow that there is, that you have, that's stagnant in certain areas because the dam is holding all the other stuff back. You tried to do with what little you had. So like, I'm trying to protect myself, but I'm still trying to take efforts towards this. But there is something, there's a reason, there's something external to you that has kept you, has given you reason. Like I want to say it's something visible, something tangible in your life that has given you reason to protect your inner child, reason to be cautious, reason to, it's like you upheld the dam. Okay. So you may not have put the dam there, the blockage there, but you enabled it to stay. It may have been something, there's so many scenarios where I could see this. Living somewhere where it's not safe to be authentically yourself. There is absolutely external factors that tell you, and so you try to make a happy, wonderful life with a little sense of flow and true essence and joy that you do have, and you do nothing to even open up ports. You do it because you see it as being something that's like detrimental to you, that if you were to give any inclination to your as to who you really are, that things could be catastrophic. And so it's like the dam existed, but you didn't do anything to bring it down. Didn't do anything. Again, you may not have been in a position to be able to do that. This could be, again, a situation, protecting a child, someone external to you. And, if I push against the system, if I push against this, then the consequences could be worse than, there's so many times where parents go into the family court system and say, and raise the red flags and raise the concerns. And then they're the ones that become the target of the ramifications. And then it places the child in a worse situation because then the dynamics, the child is placed in, it's like the courts fortify the dynamics that exist that place that child in danger. So like I can see this where something external to you is the dam, but you didn't, you know, do anything to pull the dam down, to bring this tower down. You tried to exist in this current environment, in this current state, for the sake of safety, and you attempted to go for dreams, desires, and wishes with what little resource you had, or with the limited avenues, without raising awareness, and you couldn't. But the dam is coming down now. Nothing is standing in your way. Something is crumbling, and you have every ability, every capacity to move forward. You just have to say yes with this. And the Chariot gives me the energy of Rhino spirit. There's nothing that can get in a rhino's way. It's the move, bitch, get out the way energy, as I call it. It's the anything that steps in, have mercy on anything that gets in the way, right? This is, things are perfectly in alignment and nothing can stop it. That's what the Chariot is. Okay. And so it has no other recourse, justice, about fucking time. Something is going to be made right. Hierophant. Talk to me about this coming. The change is so swift. Again, there is an adjustment period to this. When I just said the two fastest moving cards in tarot, they're saying spirit, like the speed at which the water flows in, but also the speed at which you can finally make moves and do things. Because the Knight of Wands is about you initiating something, you no longer holding back, you making the moves. It sometimes can feel impulsive, but if you've been sitting behind the dam waiting for years, for decades for something to happen, and it finally comes to fruition, is it really? Is it impulsive? The swiftness at which you act on something and that you move with enthusiasm is what I'm getting. It's like you capitalize on this, you make moves. So you're moving fast. Spirit is also helping things to move fast, like the flow. Hold on. I said pull more. I was like, okay. They stopped me mid. The changes that happen as a result of this dam being removed seems to all favors you. It fills in the gaps of things that are missing. It pulls in that which is currently lacking. I don't get staccato movement. When you are taking action towards things, I feel as if almost you may feel like you're an octopus, where you're like multitasking like crazy because you are taking advantage of this. I don't know if somebody external to you is going to feel as if you are being impulsive, but you are not. You're riding the wave, the inflow. You're keeping up with, and things as a result, and capitalizing and taking advantage of it right now. It's going in your way. It's going in your favor. this will benefit you positively in regards to your resources. Hold on one second. I'm getting 2 messages for the Page of Swords, which is the reason why I'm trying to decipher. Your perspective, your approach, some of the things that you're going to be doing. I get ideas with the Page of Swords that you may have felt were like too risky or delulu in a way before. That's why I'm getting the 7 of Swords. Like you were trying to be very practical, logical, strategic, which is good. But if so much is flowing to you, flowing through you, and in your fucking favor, this would be the time to try out some of your delulu ideas. All I'm going to say, the things that you kind of like put on a back burner because you're like, that's not really, you know, because now's the time for stark contrast and change. Like if there, and that's why I think that the 9 of Cups, if there ever was a time for your wish, your dream to come true, I mean, right now would be it. They're bringing me to May. They're bringing up May. Like something may initiate now, and this litany, this constant flow of change, it just feels like rapid moving water. It's same with water. When it becomes that strong, there's no rock, boulder, barrier, nothing is going to stand in its way. That's why the Chariot, everything's in alignment for it to just, this is like something popping off for you. A whole brand new beginning. But the other thing that I'm getting is like some kind of communication. Like you need to be prepared for this communication, because 7 of Swords is also about a positive mental positioning to ensure the success of the transition or the alchemy that you just came out of, which is the 6 of Swords. So to ensure the success of this transition, your mental positioning on things, you need to be damn sure about what needs to, and I feel like whatever you've known up to this point needs to be gone. This is the time to get rid of it. Like everything, it's like a whirlwind. Everything will move in your favor. And I feel like if you hang on to anything because you're trying to slow down, slow the flow instead of going with the flow, you'll miss out on opportunities to remove or get rid of certain things in your life that if you let it stick around, then the opportunity might be some time before you can get rid of it. So again, I feel like now's the time to irrevocably sever some things. Like now's the time to have it's a clean slate. It's a clean break is what it is. A clean slate, a clean break. Now's the time for a clean slate, clean break. Hold on, I'm gonna write this down. Alrighty. But this is also like something coming in, some kind of communication, maybe an invite. And that comes after the Tower comes down, you opt in, you heed the call, and you charge forward. It comes with the Wheel. with this new beginning. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, you might get word, invitation of some kind of new endeavor, new project, new exciting event or something. Like, it's exciting. You are it's not apathy, it's not uncertainty. If you're not in the mind of now's when everything changes, that needs to be the framework, the mind frame that you have. The mind frame? Frame of mind. God, I knew I was saying something wrong. That you need to have. So if it's not something, like if it feels impulsive, if it feels you need to go for it, now's not the time to be like, oh, don't work against the flow. Don't resist the flow. It is happening fast for a fucking reason. So don't hold back. I mean, you already know the shit as is not it. It's not hidden. So whatever this new thing is that comes in, don't resist. And I wonder if there's an intimidation factor with it, because it's like, this is like somebody who has some kind of a breakthrough in their career, and immediately after their breakthrough, right? Some kind of big invite offer. And it's like, I literally just made it. And you're wanting me to do what? But Spirit's like, you didn't just make it. You've been ready. You've been in this energy. Something, someone, you has had this barrier up, and now that the barrier is down, like, you've been in this energy. You've already been there. This isn't like, you know, just because other people finally see it, just because your life external to you finally reflects it, doesn't mean that you haven't been in this spot, this energy, this knowing, this capacity for however long. This is also like finally being able to break away and get away from a place, being given permission by the courts to move to another location. And then you meet somebody as soon as you get there. And it's like, I just started. This new leg of my journey just began. Something immediately shows up. So when they're saying there's an exceptionally fast pace to this, you need to just go with it. You need to almost actively, you need to move as quickly as it's moving for you. That is how you sustain the constant flow after this. But there's a bit of an intimidation factor there. Let's see if there's anything else we can get. New era elements. They're showing me this wand come right here, and they're like, it's right on time. I'm sure that irritates the soul of some people, because we're getting into timing, motherfuckers. And there's the lion that, oh no, that's a horse. Oh, what is it? A Pegasus? No, it's not a Pegasus. Pegasus has fucking wings. There's a horse. Hold on. Like a stallion. They just said stud. I know the stud is the one that breeds, right? Okay. And they're also showing me how all of these come at once. These wands. These are wishes, desires, wants, passion, goals, things like that. And then they are all fucking, like, when I tell you the dam is breaking and a lot is happening, don't pump the brakes. Don't pretend like you don't know how to swim. And on the heels of this, somebody may invite you to do something. You are not inferior. You're absolutely capable. This invite, this communication, this introduction, this initiation of something with you is very much so warranted. just because your life now reflects that which you've always fucking known. You've been ready for something. Success. You've been ready for success. Whatever this is, whatever this pull-in is, it will be successful. You will be successful with it. But back to the stud. They're like, what about the stud? Back to the stud. That's one of the things. I don't know why I get that. I think that maybe somebody likes the idea of spirit calling. Like there's a stud. I forgot. Because I was like, for breeding. Like this sounds so crass. And I do not raise horses. I think that's pretty evident in the way that I'm talking, guys, okay? So, if I'm wrong, it's how it's coming through. Spirit's just trying to give me the energy of something, okie dokie? All right, we're tapping into the energy, and I'm doing the best I fucking can. There's a, maybe whatever happens front and center isn't related to a stud, but I can't help but see that he's in the background with one of the that's coming in. It has me intrigued, I'm just saying. But this invite, this communication, this offering, this potential may come from somebody in a position that you're thinking, moi? Like I've just now ventured into this area. You're an emperor. Why are you asking me to join in on this? Like I just fucking started. Okay, all right. Like I'm the fool. I just a baby. You know, like but you're not. Son of a biscuit. This is your moment of, ooh, you're going to have success. This brings in your financial. So when we saw the Wheel of Fortune with the Five of Pentacles, so this is going to, you're being initiated in some way. There's the barrier is coming down. Things are coming at you fast. You're meant to be just as quick with it. You're meant to make your moves just as quickly. With the level of confidence that the fucking Knight of Wands has. It is safe. The path is clear. You see everything accurately. This is what you've wished for. It's now time to make the decision. And I think that Spirit's been calling you to do something, or something has been calling you to do it. And again, but once this barrier comes down, it's like, okay, I don't want to say now or never, but it's almost like there's something about the whirlwind of May that lets you maybe accomplish what would normally take 2 years in just a short span of time. It's like, it is the glow up overnight, only it wasn't fucking overnight kind of scenario. It's that moment that everybody hopes shows up at some point because, you know what I mean? And it shows up. But you are more than capable, more than ready. And as a result, there's some kind of like, there's ideas that you are meant to capitalize on and go after. You're meant to embrace the Delulu, but there are others that are going to seek you out. Again, we get this, you taking, and then Spirit, and it's like, there's this, your external world. What you've always known to be true about yourself, now the rest of the world will see. Because of the Hierophant. It manifests in your reality. It now becomes a part of your reality, not just your internal realm, not just something known to you, not just this idea. So you're meant to make 180 changes. You're meant to completely sever certain things. You're meant to take on the Delulu. And there's something about this communication that in and of itself may be like, you're kidding, right? Me? I literally just began. But Spirit is like, this is where your success will be. This is where the transition, like you're in a monumental transitory period of your life where timelines can collapse, meaning what could take months to years to cut loose and, you know, make a reality it's a whirlwind. Timeline collapsing. I gotta write this shit down. Okay. So, and it's going to bring a lot of gain, abundance, freedom. You have a lot to gain from this. Anything else, Spirit? I think that we have definitely gotten the gist of it, but I'm going to give you one more opportunity to say anything else that you want to. I saw this earlier, and I don't know how. I think I put it back somehow, but it was up. So you, again, the sense of defeat. Spirit is guiding you out of this. Don't let your mind, okay, interference. This is the Eight of Swords. This is when your own thoughts can detract you. You're meant to stay in the Delulu. These ideas, like it seems Delulu, you're meant to stay in the Delulu, okay? Don't let your thoughts interfere. Spirit is pulling you out of a trying time, is the way they're framing it. You're meant to move quickly. So again, don't let your thoughts hold you back. This is all about your mental positioning. We talk about this a fucking lot on this channel because we are our own worst enemies. We can be the reason we experience defeat. We stand in our own way. All right? And so it's like you're meant to see this for what it is and just go with the flow. Don't resist the current. Don't resist the quick changes. Don't resist anything. Capitalize on it. Act impulsively. Make the decisions. Go for it. Do not hold back. In fact, I just got this energy of let's see who can move faster, you or Spirit. Like it's like a challenge. And they're showing me somebody who, you know, like there's like a river, right? And there's all these logs that are floating down the river, and the person, in order to get across, is like beep 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 beep. There's cartoons all the time where like somebody's like it's nothing. Fast moves. You need to make these moves with confidence, not with hesitation. Thank you. Make the moves with confidence and not hesitation. Be Delulu. Make the moves with confidence. Son of a biscuit eater. Sorry, that's my child's. Where did it go? You like all my child's little, I had to steal his little, oh, come on. Make your moves with confidence, not hesitation. I have really good handwriting until I have to write really fast for this thing. Otherwise, I'm slow. Anyways, Spirit is going to guide you the entire, this is your way out. There's a portal happening for May. But it's starting, like, I feel like the energy of it can be felt now. It's starting now. But May is going to be the whoosh. So, Alrighty. I hope this message finds who it's meant for. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next read. Bye-bye.